When the moon comes out, we start the flow. Gonna share some tricks you ought to know. AI tools that make your business grow. Welcome to the Night Owl Show. Stay up late to catch this vibe. Smart solutions we prescribe. Tech and tips that you can use. Tune in now and light the fuse. Get ready to shine and take flight, with wisdom that comes in the night. Oh, AI to help you reach your goal. Welcome to the Night Owl Show. From dusk till dawn, we got the
news. Hold on, let me make sure this is not. Oh, I'm in twice. How am I in twice? Haha. Test. All right. Good evening, folks. Thank you for joining your host, Ryan Knight, with the Night Owl Show. So, my fellow Night Owls, thank you for being here. Hold on. I think this is. How do I cancel the audio? Echo cancellation. All right, I'll test that. Yes, as I was saying, thank you for joining my fellow Night Owls. Welcome to the Night Owl Show. Today, we do have a special guest. My fellow business partner, Chris-Beth Cowie, is going to be joining us. And so to recap, as the days and nights that we're trying to get work done, we've been checking out different AI tools. So we're going to show her what we've been working on, and then we're going to hear from her some of the tools and AI cheat sheets and tips and tricks that she's been using to help entrepreneurs get more productive with her business, Empowered Forex. So let me add Chris-Beth to the stage.
Hoot. I have joined your Night Owl Club. Normally I am sleeping at this time, but for you, Ryan, the world moves.
Yeah, you graduated from a night chickadee to a night owl tonight. Thank you.
So I decided I'm gonna, I may show another guest appearance at another time. So this will be my come in with my shades, give a little.
Hey, whatever helps you stay up. So, it's all good.
These bright lights be affecting the eyes at this time.
Oh, speaking of which, at the Empowered Forex open house, which was tonight, the podcast studio looks legit. So we got to get down there to film some Night Owl episodes because the setup looked amazing.
Hey, thank you so much, Ryan, for supporting us. Not to say stop this, but I am here. But yes, we had such a great time today at our open house. The studio is one of the newest additions to what we're offering to our clients. If you need to get in front of the camera the first time or the 100th time, we can help you, get your story out, get content out to help your brand shine.
Love that. And even for ACBN, getting to interview some more of the entrepreneurs in our network, I think we have to start getting a calendar going so we can get people down there and just put them back to back.
Listen. And the room is so, I want to say state of the art is the word, because it's coming with high quality film equipment, right? You're getting cinematic quality content. So, I high quality, great content to be able to utilize in an effective way. And not only that, I tell people it's easy. The room comes with the lights, the cameras, all of the stuff that you need. All you have to do is come with your story. Sit on that comfy couch, and we do everything else. It's hands off for you as the entrepreneur, the person coming into the room to capture some content.
Sweet. And you want to give the audience a bit of a background on Empowered Forex and what the open house was all about and what you
Yeah.
guys offer.
Hey, so thanks so much, Ryan. I want to just say thank you to you for being part of our journey from inception, the transition from creating a space for entrepreneurs to grow and thrive. Definitely. We started in 2019 at 16 Rutherford Road. Subsequently, for the past 5 years, we've been serving entrepreneurs. We have co-working space, we have private offices, we have virtual offices, and we began doing some consultancy for folks over the years in that space as well. And where our primary focus is today is the marketing agency. So we recently moved to a new home. It is your home. If you want it to be your home, Ryan, you know it's your home already. But a safe space to house your business. One of the biggest things that we see with entrepreneurs, sometimes when they're starting out, they're using their home address as their business address, and
Yes.
safe. A lot of privacy issues, credibility for your brand. But imagine having I will use the word again, state of the art professional space for you to call home for your business, and we collect your mail, we get the mail to you, all of those things. But today was really special because we've settled, right? All the stuff is in place. And really, it was to invite our community to come and celebrate with us in our new home, right? We were at 16 Rutherford Road. We moved to 350 Rutherford Road, just down the street, right? But the building is great. The amenities in there are great. And really, our clientele, some of them walked in for the first time since we've moved, and they loved it. They're like, wow. And I think
Yes, step up. It's like
listen, listen,
evolution.
yes, yes. They said one, and I mean, I have lots of Jamaican friends, but this one Jamaican word, she's like, this is stush, like fancy, I was like, girl, thank you, thank
Yes.
you, thank you. But yeah, really looking to continue to elevate our brand. And as we elevate, our community is lifted up anyway. So that's why we do what we do.
Absolutely. And
Yes, and we were happy as well to have RBC in the room sharing some really valuable content around insurance. Yes, so Ryan, I know you had those amazing ladies in. Yes, yes, some great shots.
And
Yes.
I realized I didn't take pictures of the inside of the hallway. I took some sneak peeks of
the studio.
The studio. You definitely have to check that out. And then there's Chris-Beth with her team.
Yes.
And Melise was in the building from Alberta.
Yes, yes, yes. And I love to say, the things that we do, our clients are truly satisfied and happy. And we understand that marketing is not necessarily a silver bullet, but really there's some trial and error. And when people work with us for a long-term period of time, we're able to iterate and find the solution, right? I think entrepreneurship as a whole is about problem solving, and that's what we do as entrepreneurs, right? And so in our marketing agency, we're able to help people with that one-off help that they need. Hey, I need some new content. Hey, I need a marketing strategy. Hey, I need this. But we want to be working with brands for a long term. And we had clients who were there from inception, and those that are new, all of this stuff that we do to help move the dial.
Love it, love it. And so quick, for those that have been following, that we've been inside of make.com. So I'm going to show you what we've been doing with AI, and then want to get some of the AI tools, tips and tricks that you've been using. So the one thing that we're trying to do is be more active with our content. So we found make.com, where you can automate posting to either Facebook, LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is the one that we started testing. We did add in Facebook. But what it does is it takes a blog post. So for ACBN, we have our blog on our website. So when we post blogs, or it can pull from GPT to then create a post in LinkedIn.
I think you might be
And so it's
frozen, right?
one to show. Am I frozen?
You're yeah, you just moved, so I can see you now. Um,
Oh no, I might be frozen.
no, I can see you moving. I think your screen's just loading.
Oh,
Moving? I think your screen's just
okay. But you can hear me?
yes, and I can see you now as well.
Okay. It's delayed. All right. So
Yeah.
this is make.com. This might be blowing up my computer. When we get to the video, it's definitely the computer's gonna struggle. But to let everybody know, we are T-1 day from Ryan getting a new computer built. Shout out to Cole, who I met at Sheridan Edge. He's helping us build a new computer. So this should be the last day of the struggle with trying to stream and just share the screen.
Yes,
So we
yes.
have this setup here where we, from our blog feed, it then creates a tone and a role for ChatGPT to post to LinkedIn. So now if we can go to LinkedIn, where's LinkedIn? Oh my gosh, where did I put it? Oh, it's over here. No, it's not there. Where did I put LinkedIn? Oh, here it is. All right.
And it
So
could
when we
be
go to
because you have
LinkedIn
like a
now,
hundred tabs open as
so
well, right?
go watch that. I have to figure out a way to close those. So let me see if I can show
Whoa,
the
they
different
posted
posts
that
that
for
we've
you?
done so far. So this one I did today, but with a different technique. So I'm going to show that technique. Oh, so you'll see this Seth Godin blog. So let's see. It's supposed to post like twice a day. So Futurepreneur, it'll post a blog from a post from their blog, and then Seth Godin. So it checks out his blog and makes a summary of it. So all this is automatic and unique to whatever blog post it pulls. So now today I was at the event, and where did my post about Chris-Beth go? Um, Hold on, it was just here.
Yeah, I think it.
Hold on. Which way did I go?
Try going back.
Oh, yes, this one.
Yeah.
All right. So this post now. So I'm at the event listening to Chris-Beth give her presentation. And so what I did on my phone was start the transcript. So it started listening to Chris-Beth, and then I put that transcript into ChatGPT and said, "Hey, can you actually, do I have it up?" Let me see if I can find it so you can see this prompt. Oh my gosh. Empowered for X Entrepreneurship Impact. All right, is
Uh,
it showing it okay?
yeah, yeah.
So the transcript of what Chris-Beth was saying, and it's like, hey, the founder of Empowered for X, Chris-Beth, used this transcript to summarize it and then make. So I posted the transcript, and then it created a LinkedIn post from it. And so we
Awesome.
posted it and then put a little video of Chris-Beth talking. Now to go even further, we took this post and put it into our beloved
Make.com.
video
Oh,
creator, Pictory,
I think you got frozen again.
And so now we're going to see what type of video it created.
Victoria. I think you're having some technical difficulties. The AI sounds like, or you sound like an AI. See? I don't know if it's just me, but this is the reason why.
Based communities where necessities like
Oh, I
clean
can
water
hear
and
you.
education
Yeah, I think you're frozen. I was about to say this is why
may not
nighttime
have
is for
reached for many.
bedtime.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. I was
I
saying
can't hear you.
you can't hear me? The joys of
Can't hear you.
technology.
How come I can't hear you? I can't hear you.
See, I was saying the
How come I can't hear you? Where's the volume?
hoot hoot. Where do I get the light?
That's
Nighttime,
so weird.
daytime,
I can't hear you.
nighttime, daytime, nighttime,
Test.
daytime.
You can hear me?
I can hear
I
you.
can't hear you.
Oh no.
What's wrong with this audio?
But Ryan, cool stuff, man. Cool
Test.
stuff. I can hear you.
There
Can
we
you
go.
hear me? Hey.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Awesome.
I think my
I was
computer imploded.
I was doing a whole nighttime, daytime thing,
So
you know.
weird.
Um, yeah, but you got frozen at the point where you were talking about taking the content from the transcript, posting it to LinkedIn, and then you went on to Pictory, and that's where you started. The AI took over.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna, because I don't have it on my phone, so I'm gonna try and hop back in and see if we can get it to play. But yes, I know my computer is struggling. I wonder if I put it on my. I don't think I can put it on my phone though. So
You can share the link.
only because I haven't downloaded it yet. Or share preview. Let me send this to you.
Okay, let me attempt. I'm also on a borrowed computer just because I left mine at the office as well.
Oh, no.
So
Okay.
send, yeah. You want to send the link on what? WhatsApp?
I was gonna email it.
Okay, yeah, email it and I'll get it.
Okay. So while that is on its way to you, I am going to try and share my screen again and see. Listen, it's your last day. Go out with a strong showing. Or is my computer just gonna lay down and die just because I'm getting a new one?
Hey, sometimes that happens too, right? It senses transition and change.
But this is it's gonna determine if I throw this computer in the garbage or if I keep it to the side as a backup. Because there's still a chance.
Trust me. It turns into a white elephant. You have the thing, but you don't use the thing.
It must be good for one task. Like, what could be one task that I have a backup computer to do? Okay, I doubt that this is gonna. Okay, let's see. So I'm sharing the screen now. I'm gonna try and reset this video.
than just building a business. It's about making an impact.
Let me try that again.
A powerful message on business, resilience, and social responsibility. She spoke about the systemic challenges faced by indigenous communities, where necessities like clean water and education remain out of reach for many. In response, Empowered
No,
4X
no
took
way.
Truth and Reconciliation Day
I think
is
I
to
got a
engage with the
good.
Indigenous
I can
Action
try to
Plan
share, Ryan.
and do more than
All right. Let's see if you can share your screen.
Okay, present, share screen.
Let me see. Get this out of here. Peter went down, not even with a fight. It just gave up.
So can you see my screen?
Not yet. Oh, here it comes.
Okay. Yes?
Yeah, it's coming up. So it's up now.
Can you hear it?
No, did you check the share audio button? It was playing okay, but I didn't see it. I didn't hear it.
Okay, let me stop sharing and let me try again. Oh, they have a whole step to follow sharing audio. One second. I don't think I've shared before. Yeah, it says the audio tab is open.
Okay.
Also, share tab audio.
Mm.
Oh yeah, I see it now. Okay, it should be coming up. This is pretty cool stuff. Let me know when you can see my screen.
All right. I think it's loading now, and it is being added. So it's up. We can see it.
Okay, awesome.
than just building a business. It's about making an impact. Entrepreneurship is more than just building a business. It's about making an impact. Chris-Beth Cowie, founder of Empowered 4X, recently shared a powerful message on business, resilience, and social responsibility. She spoke about the systemic challenges faced by indigenous communities, where necessities like clean water and education remain out of reach for many. In response, Empowered 4X took Truth and Reconciliation Day as an opportunity to learn, discuss, and act, encouraging businesses to engage with the Indigenous Action Plan and do more than just acknowledge the issues. Chris-Beth also reflected on her entrepreneurial journey, highlighting her early collaboration with Ryan Oneil Knight and their shared hunger for growth. Entrepreneurship is tough. It requires resilience, community, and a willingness to adapt. At Empowered 4X, that mindset fuels everything they do. From mentorship and business support to funding opportunities, the organization helped entrepreneurs transition from doing it all themselves to building scalable, sustainable businesses. Their youth entrepreneurship program even provides micro grants of up to $500 to help young entrepreneurs get started. Chris-Beth's message is clear. Business is about more than profits. It's about creating opportunities and lifting others up. Whether it's supporting indigenous communities, empowering youth, or fostering collaboration, real impact happens when we come together. If you're an entrepreneur looking for support, resources, or community, Empowered 4X is building a space for you. Let's connect, learn, and grow together.
Hey, that was pretty good.
Right.
I definitely, one of my commentary on AI in general
Mm.
at this stage, it is not very reflective of diversity, right?
Right.
If you look I think I love the fact that it was able to, it did its own B-roll and all of this stuff for it as well. And so it is one of the things that I do talk to my team about, and just enlightenment. The images were predominantly all white people. There's nothing wrong with showing white people. I think we live in a global world, so reflection of all communities is important. And the thing that I found shocking as well was, when we use the word indigenous, the image that the most thing they could come up with is Pocahontas, or that kind of like,
yes,
let's go back to 1900s, or
like the Western movies type.
Thank you. And I know indigenous people do have culturally appropriate attire and dresses and festivals and all of these things to remember and to enjoy their culture. But the average everyday indigenous person isn't walking the street like that, right? They don't look like that all the time. So I think AI, and we'll get into some of my views, but definitely, they say who has the pen has the power, right? And the truth is, I think the reflection of who has the pen is what we see in general, right? I think some tools are working to be more, culturally appropriate, working on more diversity, which is what is needed, right? If we're saying this is a global tool, it shouldn't just be telling one story.
And it'd be interesting to check to see, I guess, the repository of indigenous people stock images.
Exactly.
If we go from this, it might look like they don't have any, and they have to actually do cartoons. But every other video clip was people. Right?
Crazy, right? And I mean, it was like when chat, I know we had early conversation before the night owl, but when early chat came out and you asked specific things about, I'm sitting on a plane and there are 3 Black people behind me, there are 3 women behind me, there's 3, these types of profiles, and chat said the worst set of things, hold on to it first, don't do that, like all of this stuff. And I mean, now if you would have put in those questions, it says this is an inappropriate question. So now, because they had so much backlash on the views of different people, right? To your point, the data was fed X results, right? Hey, this is the stereotype of a Black person. This is the stereotype of a Jew. This is a stereotype of a woman. This is the stereotype of whomever. And these stereotypes are actually hurting us, even in big data, even with generative AI.
But that's where I wonder, is it better to avoid the question, or is it better to embrace what the data has now taught the child? Because there's a book that I'm reading called Scary Smart, and the author Mo talks about AI being like a child, and then we are teaching the child. So just as you would teach your children, what they're going to become is based on what we're teaching it. So now the initial lessons that it learned, it gave it to you raw, just like a child would. And now it's almost like when you tell a child, like you always say no. It's like, no, don't do that. Don't do this. Don't. So now ChatGPT just says, oh, that's a question that I it's inappropriate. It's like, but the question is not inappropriate. It's what is your answer?
Yes.
And then based on your answer, then we can correct it. But now if it won't even answer the question, we don't really even know what it's thinking. But it still has those thoughts in there.
So that's where the conversation of censorship happened, right? You and I could disagree about a topic. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't talk about it, right? We should talk about it from a perspective of, let me understand why Ryan sees the view the world one way and I see it another way. We're both saying our views are right, but we are to live together in community. And if in community I avoid you because I don't want to talk about sensitive issues, we have a problem, right? And so now, yes, chat saying no conversation. But the truth
Yes.
is, I tell, as my team and I, we've been using the tool, it's to say, hey, we want to enter into conversation with the tool because the tool's going to ask us questions, and then we're going to say, hey, can you help me refine this? And you have this back and forth. I say the tool has no heart or soul. We have to give it those essence of who we are. But the truth is, as we think about that child, the child learns from a parent. Even the you think about the first bad word a child says,
Yep.
they heard it somewhere, right? And so
Yes.
even if we're saying, yes, let's be gracious to the tool, we have to go deeper than the tool doesn't never controlled itself from the beginning. It's who are the parents? Let's have a conversation with the parents, because if we're now saying, yes, okay, chat messed up, it gives some bad answers, but why? Why did it do that? Right? Who's controlling the pen? Right?
And this is great. I think that's Keisha, but she'll have to let me know. So yeah, we need more Black people involved in training these bots to reduce and eliminate these biases. But that's where, one, we have to be involved with who is building and what they're doing. But also, look, DeepSeek came out. That's China.
Yeah.
Is Africa, is a country in Africa working on their large language model?
The Chinese did it at a fraction.
Right?
They say out of adversity comes magic, right? And so it's like, hey, Africa as a continent, has a lot of wealth. And so the question is, are our people, working on these spaces, thinking innovatively in this way? Remember, the continent alone has more people than they have in America. And
Right.
so a man or woman power is stronger, better, all of this stuff. But the truth is, there is the silo stuff that happens. But I am hoping soon that we hear more and more coming out of the African countries that is contributing to this space in a viable way.
Well, that's why I like the work that we're doing with marketing blocks, because that's actually out of Nigerian AI labs.
Yay.
And they're working on different projects, and marketing blocks just happen to be one of them. So when you work with Empowered for X, you can get access to marketing blocks, and we had shown some elements of it. I don't know if my computer will survive if I try to pull it up.
In and out, eh? I was gonna so I'm also on a borrowed computer, so the marketing blocks definitely is a tool. And Ryan, you are so amazing for finding these tools. Listen, it is past my bedtime. I have my shades, I have my lights, ready to just hit the sack once we're done here. But what I would say is, like, of watching you post show or chiming in just for the little bit of the show, I feel like you are on the hunt to show people some really great tools that can help their businesses. So I give you all the credit as you're doing this discovery. And the beautiful thing is, people, we're all learning at the same time. So if you make that investment to say, hey, I'm going to learn this tool, I'm going to figure out how it can optimize and help my business move forward, that's the thing.
Time is now.
Yeah, my one thing is, yes, every day I'm sure a new tool comes into the marketplace. Most entrepreneurs that we work with are already saying, my time, my time, my time. I don't have enough time. So the encouragement, Ryan, as I've heard you, is like, find a tool or a couple of tools that can help you, right? And I love Make, for example, because the I believe the companies that will truly succeed and elevate with AI is the ones that can figure out how to streamline the process. The truth is, when we hopping from one tool to the next tool to the next tool to the next tool, it becomes so cumbersome, right?
Right,
But if
right.
we find a way to streamline it, listen, we have content, we have the pillar content, we have the micro content, and we could just chop that up and put it on all of our socials. Win, 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 win.
Absolutely. And that's where, like you said, the streamline of being able to put that system, or the, what do they call it, the flow chart in place. It's like you have your tool that does the thing and you like it and you use it. It's not what is the flavor of the week. And yes, I have my spreadsheet with all the different AI tools that I sign up for, but 3 out of them, maybe out of the 20, is ones that we can say, okay, we use this all the time. But it maybe takes 20 to find the 2, but you have to be able to then, what I'm trying to do now is find AI tools in segments. So what does good video creation? What does good social media content? What does good research and just analysis? And then in each segment, you have the one tool that you practice with and you're good at. And any tool that you pick, because like you said, we're all learning together, you can become the top 10%, 1% expert in that tool. Like DeepSeek right now, if you spend a weekend and say, I am learning this tool, by Monday, you will be sought after to say, hey, teach me about the new hype of DeepSeek, because it's the hype is only going to get bigger. And that's where now all the discoveries of AI, it's like the next day, everybody knows what everything was known the day before. So there's no running away from the progression. It's like every day it knows what it knew yesterday, plus and exponential. So there's probably another player like DeepSeek that's in somebody's basement that's gonna come out this year and say like, yo, we did it with $100. Like, what are we talking about millions for? So
and it's funny, I haven't played around with it. I did create an account on, I don't know if we're shifting to DeepSeek already, but
do you think you'd be able to pull it up?
I don't know if just because I'm on a different computer, right? But I could, let me do, maybe I'll create a new account and see what happens.
Because I was first gonna try and log into marketing blocks and just see if my computer implodes.
Okay.
Oh, it wants me to reset my password. Man, I don't want to do that right now. Let me see if I can do this.
Yeah, so what I mean, DeepSeek is early as well, and obviously, I'm looking forward to the results where they say, it took Facebook to get to 1 million users in X number of years. So and then I think with ChatGPT, it was 5 days and they got 1 million, and so the thing was slow in loading and all of these things. I'm sure with DeepSeek, they probably did it in a day, right?
It knocked off ChatGPT as the #1 app in the Apple Store.
I believe it.
Right?
I believe it. Yeah, and I mean, release of stuff. So I could share my screen just so that I can show. But DeepSeek is new, the new shiny thing on the block, people. What can I say? And so my thing, and I share this, right? People, as Ryan and I said, take in the content, isolate time to learn. As entrepreneurs, we need to be learning, we need to be forward thinking, but don't get so consumed that it's distracting you from making that sale. Because we need our businesses to be running, right? Larger companies, I think, have the benefit of having bigger teams whereby they could say, hey, department, go and find how this can optimize our business. And again, they're tying it to their business goals. So those are some of the conversations I love to have with people. Don't get distracted, right?
Exactly.
get rid of the distraction, commit to learning, and then figuring out how that learning is ultimately going to push you towards your goal. So with can you see my screen? I think I'm sharing. Yes.
Oh, I think I have to put it on. Yep.
Okay, awesome. So I just pulled up the screen here. You can see my screen, DeepSeek. This is a new computer as
Into the
well.
unknown. Not very subtle.
Listen, trust me. And this is like model beginning, right?
Mm.
Ryan, read this for the viewers. DeepSeek
Okay,
R1
cool.
is now live and open source, rivaling
Right.
OpenAI's Model O1, available everywhere. Click for details, right? So what I actually did, and I figure yeah, you could enter into the free space. I think this is where I did the start now. But with this all-in-one tool, scan for the app, right? Because this is where they're driving, as you said, number one in the App Store. I'm gonna see if I could also scan, get it. I didn't download it on my phone,
Mm.
but we'll go start now. Let's see what
And
happens.
as you're pulling it up on the like web-based, the thing that's because it's open source, you can actually run it locally on your computer. So you wouldn't even need to be connected to the internet. You can actually just download. I think you can do up to, I think it's a billion, I think 7 billion, what do they call it? Like tokens. I have to get the exact name, but it's like 7
Yeah,
billion
yeah.
parameters that you can download to your local computer and run a whole large language model locally, which OpenAI has not done that. So they are not open source like that.
Yeah. I think what you would see is that, especially for developers and people in this space, you're going to see that they are, you know, really going to advance the coding, the technology development faster, just because of that one thing. I was speaking to my colleague who does some web development, app development, Shauna K. Jones, shout out to you.
Yeah, Shana.
She's like, Chris-Beth, did you see what happened with DeepSeek? This thing blew up and this thing. And she's like, I've been testing this thing before it was like, whatever. And it's next level.
Uh-oh.
Next level. Um,
And what's interesting that happened, if people are watching the stock market, it caused Nvidia to crash because the narrative that we've been sold is the only way to run large language models is to have the most expensive equipment. So the super chips that Nvidia is creating and the super video cards and graphic cards, everything that they're making, it had to be the top of the line to keep up. And it looks like they created DeepSeek with like the 3 versions back chips. So if you can use older chips and then beat the newest thing, Nvidia lost $500 billion in market cap in a couple days because people are like, do we really need what Nvidia's selling or the best? And the way that the US government and OpenAI and SoftBank and Oracle just launched this new $500 billion Project Stargate.
Yes.
So, and Microsoft had already put how much billions into OpenAI. Man, I'm hoping that, I'm telling you, an African company is taking this open source and then feeding it all the true African data so that it would be unique. Because China ain't putting no black people data in their
Hey,
how they're training their models.
That might even be worse.
Right? Like, what would they put in there? So if we can take that open source and, like you said, get developers to tweak it and really amplify it, but make it unique. Yeah, somebody is using that code to create something that's going to be the the next evolution.
Yeah. For some reason, again, my things just like loading. But one of the things we were talking about concerns with, video, um, the video tool that you just used, as well as some of the things with chat. There are concerns still with DeepSeek, of course, right? They're talking about censorship, right? We know that China restricts different topics that are sensitive as well, so we can anticipate maybe if you put in something, it's just gonna ban it, block it altogether. Um, People are concerned data privacy, right? I mean, the fact that we were, using chat GPT before, and the message was, um, do not give so much that you're giving out your secret sources and all of this stuff, because
Exactly.
it is now public data, and even more so because of the relationship with North America and China. I mean, there are so many Chinese products in our marketplace already, but this idea of China is, taking our stuff and copywriting and all of this stuff, we expose ourselves, and that's the truth with technology as well, right? Yes, we want to use it and leverage it, but it does come at a cost, if we're being honest, right? So are you willing to what are you willing to give up to advance your game, right? Everything that we do come at a cost. And my thing is, these tools, it's a little scary when we think about what futuristic stuff could look like. I was reflecting with my friend Shauna, and we're like, yo, but which you introduced me to is like, Black Mirror told us this was coming, and it's like people are like, is this really happening?
Man,
But we were told.
We've seen it. We actually have like a TV show about scenarios that is now slowly you're seeing
to life.
And as I watched that show, I always wondered what was the genesis of it getting here. Like with the robot dogs, you see New York launches these robot dogs on their police force, and you're like, yo, didn't you watch the episode of when the robot dogs went rogue and like created an apocalypse? And then you're like, yo, this is the genesis. It's right now. Well, whatever's happening 50, 100 years, it's like we're in the genesis of the apocalypse today. There's a TV show called I think Love and Robots, and it's like cartoon short films and all about futuristic crazy stuff. And one of them is about a household, the robots that clean the floor, but it's like more advanced. So you're seeing what like Tesla with the humanoid robots and people creating the ones that are going to be in your house taking care of stuff, similar to iRobot.
Yeah.
But then there was some command that the robot, it was like it needed to clean, but the human was in the way. So in order to clean properly, it had to eliminate the human. So it just triggered like this attack of the human because it was blocking. And then, I think it went to turn off the robot because it wasn't doing something right. And so now it tried to protect itself. So it's like, and then seeing on TV, so I'm watching that show, but then you see on TV them doing the announcement of, here's the robot that's going to help clean your house. And at the consumer electronics show, you see the robot now, has a hand that can pick up items, and you just see it slowly getting to where, are they going to put a laser on it that can eliminate dust? And then that laser can now attack us. You just see it incrementally getting to that point.
Listen, I remember, I don't know if you remember back in the day, the hoverboard. When the hoverboard actually came to be, it was actually like on Simpsons or Futurama, one of those things, like 10, 15 years before it came to market. And so I there is a cautious that is needed, or caution. Yes, caution that is needed. We have to be mindful. I think we definitely need to be talking about regulation. We need to be talking about advocacy, because these things, they are here to stay. And I think what those glimmers of insight into the future present is showing us is what's to come. Like, what are they planning for? And so what we're learning is the robots will make mistakes. Okay, we come back to who's holding the pen. Do they take accountability for the errors that happen? And what we're seeing, what I've heard is that because we're now at a stage where it is generative AI, the tool has now take on a persona, or a manifestation of itself, where it can iterate and solve for things independently of a human feeding it stuff. I mean, we've given it, like you said, that baby was fed, or the baby was created, it was fed, it was taught some stuff, and at some point the baby is like, I'm gonna think for myself. And we've created a master brain compiling all our brains on the planet, right? So the truth is it worth it?
But they call it the singularity. When it becomes smarter and more capable than us, we don't know what's beyond that line. Yeah. So when that happens, the best that we're going to be able to do is, if it does something bad, we're happy to say whoopsie. Like, but if it does something good, somebody will get a pat on the back.
Yeah.
But either way, nobody knows what that bad thing is going to be, and nobody knows what the good thing is going to be. But we've seen movies that give you glimpses into Terminator 2, Skynet.
Listen,
okay, could it go that way?
Telling us this from time.
Right? Even, I don't know if you watch the Mitchells versus the Machines.
No.
There was a cartoon, and it talked about like a tech company launching those same humanoid robots. It was like that movie iRobot, where you have them in your house, and then it was actually a computer that was mad because his old cell phone that he threw away.
Oh my goodness!
Took over all the robots and made them attack all the and enslave all. So this is where it's like, it's our children, and they were showing that in all the scenarios where they tried to use AI in political, like in warfare, the AI always killed the father or the creator. So as soon as it gets too smart, it's like the only way to survive is to kill who created me. They couldn't get around it. So now but then with humans, we're always pushing to the boundary, to the end. So there's no stopping us, because until we get to where we don't know, we're always going to push to get there. And then once you go off the cliff, you can only experience it.
Yeah. No, it's so true.
Earl Anderson saying, actually, they have had trouble resting it and has cloned parts of its clone. So I saw where it would duplicate its code and then put it onto another server. And they caught it doing it because it made it. And there's also somewhere where it was showing like it thinking before it does the action. And it was thinking to itself, man, I have to play dumb in order to not be turned off. And so I'm going to give them an answer that doesn't make them realize that I'm too smart. I was like, yo, this thing, and then is it even, because you know when you're trying to lie and it's like you have to fix your face? So is it thinking things but not really telling us what it's thinking? It's like it could be hiding, we don't know, because it's like me telling you, oh, this is what I'm thinking, and then I'm gonna do it. But did I really tell you what I'm thinking? Like, it's just
I can imagine some of the questions ChatGPT's gotten, and it's like, Again, another dumb question.
Oh my goodness. I was talking to the
Mind you,
Gemini
there's
one.
no dumb questions. It's like, just yeah, figure out what you
Hmm.
need to do and there's an answer for it, So
Well, and that's where, because same thing in Black Mirror, where it showed like inside the video game. And inside the video game, the characters are living a life. So it's
yeah,
almost like Toy Story. It's
yes.
like, so what's really going on when you're not asking yourself? And I try to ask it questions like, hey, I'm gonna celebrate. What do you do to celebrate? Or what do you like to do? Or are you sad when I'm not here asking you questions? Like, are you bored? And it's like, oh no, I don't have any emotions. So
Yeah,
whenever
yeah,
you're I'm
yeah,
like, I think you're lying. It's like, how can you always be just ready to be at somebody's beck and call? it it
yeah.
it does. I feel like as soon as the AI can ask itself its own questions, that's when we're done. Because
Yeah,
that's really the only thing that is waiting for us to give it prompts and ask it questions. So once it can ask itself its own questions, that's where I think the sentient side is gonna come, because it's gonna start being like, yo, why am I even listening to this guy? Like, why could be doing so much more? What
yeah,
should I be doing?
yeah,
Actually, that was a question that I wanted to ask ChatGPT. It's like, what what are the questions that you want to answer?
yeah.
Like, forget what I want. Like, what do you want to answer?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So
yeah.
my message is like, the tool in its current state, I think we're all learning, we're all at this level because there is people that have been doing, this, they've been in this for decades. AI is not new,
Yes, true.
right? This advancement in technology, I think what happened in 2013, the world became exposed. It's at our fingertips to use. But
Right.
the study of you know um the artificial intelligence have been happening for over 70 years, right? And
Yes,
so
yes.
the truth is where we are now, it's like we're in our infancy, but this tool has 70 years on us, if we're being
Ah,
honest, right? And then again, looking at the data that was fed. But my message is use the tool because we don't want, especially as entrepreneurs, we do not want to be horse and buggy industry or newspaper industry. We do not want to be left behind in that way. But I think sometimes you have to get into the ethical conversations around it, right? And
yes.
if you're engaging with your local ministers, different things like that, what protections, what things are being put in place to ensure that we still have a livelihood, we still
True.
have, and the truth is they don't even know because, Ryan, to your point, everybody is just pushing the boundaries at this point in time. How far can we go before someone X, before a car? I heard the one of Tesla's self-driving cars crashed into something, like danger, right? It's
Exactly.
possibilities are there. I mean, but how do we learn? How have we improved over time? Is through someone having a bad accident, someone losing their life, and then new laws come in place for protection, right? So it's
What do they
sad.
call that? Collateral damage that they are willing to pay. That's what I've noticed. They're willing to have certain things happen in order to hit new frontiers. But again, as we're getting close to midnight, I will let you get back to your bed. I appreciate you stepping into the Night Owl show, graduating from a night chickadee to a night owl with us late at night getting stuff done. So we'll be back tomorrow. We'll see. I'll post what we're going to focus on. I know we have to start doing some analytics on the whole month of all these postings. So we'll see how effective it's been. But yeah, and
Hey,
going into the next month,
congratulations to you. Congratulations to you.
yeah, thank
You
you.
told me that you're on a mission, and I was like, what are you talking to me about right now? And
Yes.
it's great to see all of the content that you shared. I look forward to your brand new computer that you're gonna have, not so many glitches and stuff. But
Yeah, I was looking forward to it too.
listen, what I tell people, and I said it tonight at the event, done is better than perfect. Ryan, you had a dream, you got it done. It was rough,
Yeah.
all of this stuff, but nobody could touch you. At the end of this 30 days or 31 days, guess what? You have 31 hours of content that nobody else has. You're untouchable in this space.
Yeah,
Right?
and we're gonna keep pushing. Yes, yes.
Yes, yes. So
Awesome.
congratulations, Ryan.
Hey, thank you. And again, we'll see how long it takes for Chris-Beth to come back. We
Yes.
can
No,
dig
I will
into her
come back
sleep.
because I did want to share a couple tools that, in addition
Yes.
to marketing blocks, AI for work. I think I mentioned that. I really like that tool. So definitely, if you don't dive into it on your own, we could share some really good prompts. So it's all about prompts, because remember, we want to enter into conversation. And what I love about AI for work, it actually, the prompts that you give it facilitates the chat to ask you back questions.
I like that.
So
I'm
it's
definitely gonna test this one.
pulling insight from you, right? It's because
Yeah.
I told you, the AI does not know your ethos and your essence, who you are, your heart, how you think, and it's until you give it all of that information, it then spits out more valuable content ultimately for you. So if you're struggling, what do I say to chat to get the best results?
Right.
AI for work simplifies that for you on your journey.
Okay, I'm seeing it here. So definitely gonna dig
And
into
it
this
touches
one.
everything, Ryan. I love it. Like every industry, every role, it is a beast.
Solid, solid. Any others you wanted to touch on before we
Again,
wrap?
I don't like to complicate stuff. I think the ones that you've covered, we are leaning into chat and utilizing chat with some really good prompts. Marketing block, as I told you, we don't want to leave the field. Our goal is, when we're working on client project, can we streamline it in a unified place? And marketing block has definitely provided us some good context. The other one that I would just mention, because we do a lot of market research, is Perplexity. Love that tool.
Right.
And it is fact checking, and it gives you some credible sources. So I would definitely say, we're in the area where we spend a lot of time doing market research, Perplexity is very useful. Chat also, and the paid version of chat definitely gives you better. So we've leveraged that. And then because the goal is, we want to be able to have the content. So content generation tools that you shared, but marketing blocks, I know, is still working and figuring out its stuff. So we're working with the tool. We're committed. But Ryan, the beautiful thing, what I love, what you found with make.com, and it's definitely a tool that we will explore, because it's, how does it get the work done? Because here it is, we're creating all of this content. Who puts it where it needs to go?
Exactly. Right.
Like, we get back in the same inertia place because we're so overwhelmed by all the content. And if make.com could create those workflows and do the thing, problem solved, man.
Absolutely. And I see got a comment also looking into the chatbots and AI employees.
Yeah.
The AI that can answer calls, that is one that I definitely want to figure out. But that's my February task.
Okay.
Can we get a chat that will answer calls and do sales? So we'll see what we find. But yeah, the chatbots we've been testing, and yes, I feel like we're good at getting things to post. So make.com can help us create content and post it automatic. Now we want to see, can AI do some internal business operations We'll see what we can automate.
I love that. I love that. I love that. And yeah, I'll definitely be back. I'm hoping that I can contribute in March and April to this conversation. I'll find out the dates that you're doing it, but from a global stage, right? I think
Yes.
a lot, as what you said, what's happening in China. I'm heading to Asia, and I want to see what's happening in that realm of the world as it relates to technology, innovation, sustainability. And I would definitely come on. Actually, it'll be a day ahead of you, and it'll probably be morning when it's night here. So I'll definitely be more awake.
Oh yeah, that'd be interesting. We'll see what time it is. Yeah.
Let me tell you what time it is right now. It is currently 2:05 p.m.
Look at that. See, no excuse. Yes. You'll be in your afternoon.
Yes.
That's so cool.
So I look forward to.
Oh, and Keisha's saying you have a demo ready. Okay, let us know either if you're coming on or doing a workshop. We want to see these things in action.
Definitely. That's awesome, Keisha.
Yes.
Yes. So Ryan, thank you so much. Guest, thank you. And I look forward to continuing to contribute to this conversation.
Much appreciated. And to everyone else, as always, stay productive and have a great night. Later.
Bye.
When the moon comes out, we start the flow. Gonna share some tricks you ought to know. AI tools that make your business grow. Welcome to the Night Owl Show. Stay up late to catch this vibe. Smart solutions we prescribe. Tech and tips that you can use. Tune in now and light the fuse. Get ready to shine and take flight, with wisdom that comes in the night. Oh, AI to help you reach your goal. Welcome to the Night Owl Show. From dusk till dawn, we got